I will say something about frequencies and learning, and I will try to explain it as simply as possible. First, we have the alpha states. It is 8 to 12 Hz. This is the most important frequency for learning. This frequency is associated with calm focus, openness, and mental clarity. It is ideal for taking in new knowledge, understanding connections, reflection, and insight. In this state, we learn without stress, and information is stored more efficiently. This is why alpha is widely used in the Silva Method, mindfulness, deep concentration, and creative learning. Alpha is the learning in flow. Theta is from 4 to 8 Hz. This is the most important frequency for memory, inner storage, and deep learning also. It is associated with memory consolidation, emotional learning, creativity, and intuition. And it is highly active just before sleep and just after walking during deep meditation. Theta is important for storing what we have learned, linking learning to emotions, what we remember best. Theta is the same as deep integration and memory. We also have the beta from 13 to 30 Hz, and this is for analyzing, not optimal for learning. It is used when we think logically, analyze, work hard mentally. Too much beta is for many people stress and will reduce learning. Beta is useful for problem solving, but not for deep learning. The most important and most underestimated insight is that we learn best when we move between alpha and theta. Alpha, as you remember, taking in, understanding, and reflecting. Theta, storing, integrating, making learning part of who we are. This is why pause, sleep, calm, repetition, music, rituals, and habits are essential for learning. Silva Method in Nordic Coaching is important. Want to learn something new? Slow down with alpha. Want to remember it and truly make it your own? Repetition plus calm, theta. That is why habits, repetition, music, gentle rituals, and learning over time work so exceptionally well. The good news, and this matters, the brain does not respond only to frequency, but to the whole experience. Research shows that slow tempo, 60 to 90 beat per minute, repetitive patterns, predictable structure, warm, safe, and vocal tone, low complexity in, for example, musical arrangement, will naturally guide the brain toward alpha and theta without using pure frequency tones. That is why lullabies, folk music, and mantra-based practices work, and ritual music work so well. What I use in meditations and mindfulness and things like that. When we talk about learning and memory, it's easy to believe that the brain works best when we push ourselves, when we concentrate hard, analyze, and think fast. But research and experience actually shows the opposite. The brain learns best when we are calm, when we are present, when the tempo is slower and stress is low. In the Silva Method and in Nordic Coaching, we often talk about alpha and theta, not as something mystical, but as completely natural states we move in and out of all the time. Alpha is the state we are in when we are awake but calm, when we understand, see connections, and reflect. This is where learning flows. Theta is a little deeper. This is where things settle, where learning is stored, where memories form, often because they are linked to emotions. The most important thing is not to be in the right frequency, but to create conditions that allow the brain to do what it is designed to do. That's why pauses matters. Sleep, repetition, calm music, habits and rituals. And that's also why we use music in this learning journey, not to manipulate the brain, but to support it. When learning happens over time, at a gentle pace, and is repeated in a kind way, something interesting begins to happen. We grow almost without noticing it. That's what we mean by growing on autopilot.